Hi there, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Thanks for joining us on TCM for the back half of our double feature celebrating a charming, gifted, and singular actor, Robert Morse. With his boyish, gap-toothed grin and quirky comedy flair, Morse endeared himself to audiences for better than 6 decades, creating memorable characters across the stage and screen. He's best remembered for his turn as Bert Cooper, one of the namesakes of the Madison Avenue ad agency in one of the great TV shows of the century, AMC's Mad Men. In movies, his defining role came in the film we just had, playing the opportunistic window washer turned corporate magnate in the musical satire How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying from 1967. It was a character Morse originated on the stage, winning the first of 2 Tony Awards. Up next, Robert Morse shines in another comedy satire, but it's not a musical and not nearly as lighthearted as How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. This one's from MGM in 1965, The Loved One. The story is a bit bizarre. It follows Dennis Barlow, that's Morse, a British expat and poet who goes to work at a Hollywood pet cemetery so he can pay for his uncle's funeral. Based on a short novel by Evelyn Waugh with a screenplay by Christopher Isherwood and Terry Southern, the film is a dark and biting indictment of the corporate consumerism of death, combined with the occasionally shallow nature of Hollywood. Though released 17 years after the novel's publication, the film did have some heat behind it. It marked director Tony Richardson's first movie following the success of his bawdy 1963 comedy Tom Jones, which earned Richardson a pair of Academy Awards, Best Director and Best Picture. Richardson wanted to bring the same raucous humor to The Loved One. Many thought it was too over the top at the time, but it has certainly grown in stature over the years. Robert Morse is excellent as the film's center. He leads an all-star cast that includes comedian Jonathan Winters in a dual role, plus Ann Jeanette Comer, John Gielgud, and Rod Steiger. There are also appearances by easily recognizable Hollywood actors, easily recognizable to TCM fans anyway. Dana Andrews, James Coburn, Tab Hunter, Margaret Leighton, Roddy McDowall, Robert Morley, Barbara Nichols, Lionel Stander, and Alan Napier, plus Milton Berle and Liberace. Jane Mansfield and Ruth Gordon had cameos too, but they were left on the cutting room floor. From director Tony Richardson in 1965, described as a triumphant disaster by Pauline Kael, Robert Morse leads the way in The Loved One. The Loved One was advertised as the film with something to offend everyone, and that proved to be partly true. During an advanced screening, some studio executives left before the credits even went up because they were so bothered by what they'd seen. Audiences and critics didn't take to the film either, but today it's regarded as one of the more outrageously funny comedies of the 1960s. In 2015, we were lucky enough to have Robert Morse join us at the TCM Classic Film Festival to present The Loved One. In an interview, he shared that he had so much trouble keeping up the British accent that when production wrapped, he had to fly back to London and loop every single line of his dialogue because his accent changed so much with each take. Following his appearance at the festival, Morse continued to work on stage and on television. Many, of course, were still discovering his work in the magical AMC series Mad Men, which finished its 7-season run in 2015. Morse also played writer Dominic Dunn in the first season of the award-winning FX true crime anthology series, The People vs. O.J. Simpson. Robert Morse died at 90 in 2022. Coming up, the professor, Jacqueline Stewart, is here for Silent Sunday Night. She'll have 2 Harold Lloyd comedies, starting with Bashful from 1917. That is next on Turner Classic Movies.
Next on TCM, Girl Shy, then Young Turles, and later, Youth in Fury. TCM is in the prime of life tonight.